So I just finished watching this.
In 5 years, we'll have probably, so 5 years being, say, 2031. I think digital intelligence will exceed the sum of all human intelligence. That there will be, in 5 years, probably, there might be let's say at least 100 million humanoid robots, but maybe a billion.
And my brain went straight to Acts 19. You know the guy, Demetrius? He was a silversmith in Ephesus, which we know today as Turkey. And he basically made shrines of the goddess Artemis out of silver. Artemis is known as the goddess of the hunt. She is a Greek goddess over things like the moon, fertility, childbirth. The list goes on. She's also the daughter of Zeus, and her twin brother is Apollo. I think to yourself, why, when you are watching an interview with Elon Musk, would you think about Demetrius? Well, because Elon Musk's mind works the exact same way as Demetrius's did back then. Because building shrines of Artemis brought Demetrius his wealth and his power and his status. Demetrius the silversmith actually got all the craftsmen together, and he basically told them, this apostle Paul is telling people that gods that are created by human hands are not gods at all, because he was worried about his trade, he was worried about his power, his business, his wealth diminishing. He wanted people to believe in deception. Does that ring any bells towards Mr. Musk? He's doing the same thing with AI. I believe he even has an AI god on the go at the moment. And he's telling people that in 5 years' time, AI will outnumber humans. Elon Musk's mind works the same way. He wants you to believe in what he is creating rather than the creator. And that was also Demetrius's way, so I may have found Mr. Musk's character resemblance in the scriptures. Demetrius knew that Artemis was a handmaid god. He didn't actually believe in her. He fought for his power and his wealth and his whole setup. He never wanted it to go under. And Musk is the exact same. The goddess Artemis, her brother, her twin brother, is Apollo, and wasn't the first moon landing by NASA called Apollo, and then the most recent space exploration around the moon called Artemis number 2. There was also an Artemis 1 years ago, but the most recent one there was last year, and it was number Artemis 2. And now coming into 2027, they're wanting to do an Artemis 3. And what is she? She's the goddess of fertility. So is it a space exploration, or is it one big fertility ritual for the goddess Artemis to keep the name alive, keep the rituals going to these Greek gods? In Ephesus, Turkey, they worshipped the goddess Artemis, and she had many breasts representing life, nourishment, and new life. She was a goddess of fertility. And that rocket that was called Artemis 2, well, it was trying to fertilize the firmament. Say no more. Sounds pretty ritualistic. Artemis 1 was back in 2022, and now they're planning a third by the end of 2027, and then another in, I think it's like 2031. Maybe the fact that they name these rockets, NASA named these rockets after Greek gods such as Artemis and Apollo, is a coincidence? Who knows? It seems pretty ritualistic to me. You know, back in the day, in Bible times, there used to be fertility ceremonies, and, well, could that be what's being performed here today? You know, the Bible tells us that the goddess Artemis is, well, a false god when they were performing these fertility ceremonies. Is this the modern day fertility ceremony? Acts chapter 19, verse 28, Demetrius cries out, "Great is Artemis of the Ephesians." Now they're building billion dollar rockets, shouting the same name. Elon has a strong resemblance to that guy, Demetrius, the silversmith. I am just crossing the T's and dotting the I's here. You know, whatever goes on in this earth, nothing is new under the sun. It's all been done before, as you can see. Jesus strikes again. Scripture told you first. You know, and in Exodus, God makes it perfectly clear that we shall have no other gods before him. And don't think that there's not people in this earth that still worship these gods. I mean, I was watching the Brit Awards the other week, and Mr. Robbie Williams came on the stage. I don't usually watch these things, but I was on holiday in Liverpool and I was waiting for my son to get ready, so it was the only thing that was on the TV. But he was performing his song Feel, and he referred to God as a woman. He said in the verse, I quote, "I sit and talk to God and she just laughs at my plans." Sorry, sir. Mr. Williams, who is your God? So yeah, it's very much in our faces happening today. Musk will do all he can to make us forget about the creator, to debunk the creator, so that we all think about and idolize and love what he created, what man has created. We forget our image, the image of God. So yeah, nothing new under the sun. Don't be filled by profit, pride, or power, all wrapped up in something like a shiny new rocket or a silver shrine. God bless everybody.